It's an old Ibanez. It's sort of, I think it used to be white, but it's yellowed with age, but it weighs heavier than
like a
most
Les Paul?
girls that I've had fornication with. No, it's really heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 90 pounds heavy.
Which Ibanez is it? Like a Les Paul copy, or is it a double cutaway?
Yeah, no, it's like a Les Paul copy.
Yeah,
but it's a 70s one.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
but it wrote a lot of great.
Do you play
not great songs, but it wrote Beautiful People, Dope Show.
Those are great shows. Those are great songs. Big hits, man. Big hits.
I'm not saying that the guitar wrote them. I'm saying that the guitar might have been used while writing them.
Well, so it was part of it.
Yes, the guitar is part of.
So, and you bought it in New Orleans. Everything
for
has
$400. It was a lot of money then.
Sure, but everything has a ritualistic, a kind of status. You know, because just the way you set it up.
Well, no, it has a.
Yeah, you bought it in New Orleans, $400.
It's like
it used to be white.
It's like a totem.
But like some guys have it. Like someone told me the other night, who was I talking to Randy Newman's son? He said that Bob Dylan gave Neil Young Hank Williams' guitar. That's important. That's got to be a magic guitar, right?
And I'm friends with Shooter Jennings, which is not related to Hank Williams.
No, but it's the legacy.
No, it's the legacy.
Sure.
And I think that what we were talking about earlier about Keith, who I've never formally met.
Are you a fan?
Of course. Especially of him.
You have to be, right?
Yeah. I've met Mick many times.
But Keith is like one of the original dark guys.
Keith is dark. Yeah, he's darkness. He's
one of the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, and I just remember. I remember he has a weird tuning that he removes one string from his guitar.
5-string guitar.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Open D or G or something. Yeah.
So I think that I called it Excalibur.
Yeah.
Because it, I'm not traditionally a guitar player. In fact, if you want to know my exact tuning, it's E B E B B E. So it's almost open tuning, but I like to play with an open E.
Yeah.
Billy Corgan taught me that tuning.
He did?
So I learned how to play that tuning, sort of. I believe that at some point I had a Guild guitar, which was not Excalibur, but it was a Guild. But I cracked it. I cracked the neck on it. So.
It happens. So you do the kind of an open E-ish tuning. So Billy gave you that tuning so you could just play with your one finger?
Mostly, yeah, because you need the other fingers for doing the middle fingers.
Yeah.
I actually sing with my left hand. I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I used to have to catch bottles being thrown at me. That's true.
You had to have your right hand active.
I still have the dexterity to keep track of not being hit by bottles.
Are they still being thrown at you?
Every now and then, someone bit me on the dick at my last show.
What was your dick doing now?
I went into the.
I guess I don't know.
It was not out.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, it wasn't like a freestyle dick biting.
It was a dick in pant. Dick in leotard.
Dick in pant.
Or whatever.
No leotard.
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. These pants, these exact same pants. I haven't changed them since then.
Why don't you've gone through a lot of things.
I can change a lot of things, but not my pants.
Okay. All right.
No, I jumped into the barricade.
Yeah.
And I was singing to the crowd.
Yeah.
I remember what city it was. I think it might have been somewhere in Upper Eastern Europe. Maybe the Kievs or the Russias.
Balkans?
Somewhere far up.
Just as recently?
Somewhere, yes. This is a month ago. And someone bit hard onto where my dick is. They didn't get the dick, but they got the part of the pant where the dick belongs.
They were intending.
But my dick ducked. It swerved like a Matrix dick. But they wouldn't let go, and I had to point my microphone at them because my microphone actually is a knuckle duster.
Oh, yeah.
A real one.
Like brass knuckles?
Yeah.
Kind of situation?
We're not allowed to tell anyone that it's really brass knuckles, but it is really brass knuckles. So I just had to point it at the girl biting my dick pant
Was
area.
it a girl?
Yeah, but she had glasses on. And my mother, God rest her soul, always said, don't hit a girl with glasses.
I'm glad you draw a line.
Saved her.
That was what saved her? You could have handled it diplomatic. You weren't going to hit her either way.
No, but I mean, if she would have got foreskin, I would have really got upset.
Maybe you would have reacted.
It would have hurt.
Yeah.
One of us. Someone would have walked out of there in pain.
Well, what are you wearing up there now? What's your current getup?
Well, I coincidentally had to leave a fitting for my clothing just to come all the way down here to your garage to do this.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. What is the fitting for the new adventure?
Well, I consider it somewhere between Cramps and Alice Cooper and Ziggy Stardust.
Standard. Yeah. So it's
but then
Marilyn Manson attire.
But the Apocalypse and Apocalypse Now joining it.
Oh, some Vietnam.
Some Martin Sheen.
Oh yeah.
And then you get a little bit of remember Lawrence Fishburne when he was 17.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Yeah. He's great.
Did he get shot with an arrow?
No, that was the other guy. Got a spear.
Yeah.
Fishburne got shot.
He just got regular shot.
Yeah, regular shot.
But I really liked, it's strange, the last time I saw my father in Los Angeles, because he died recently in Ohio, Canton, Ohio.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, he died in the hospital I was born in, and he was born in Canton, Ohio recently. And so I dedicated this record to him, but I won't want to be, morose about it, because my father would not like that.
What kind of dude was he?
He was the guy who used to say, since I was in 5th grade, and I can't look back until now and think that I went in a time machine and said, Dad, I'm only 12, and you're saying to my friends in Christian school, have you ever sucked a sweeter dick than mine? And his whole joke about that was, well, you still sucked a dick either way. That was his whole joke that he thought was funny, and at the time, I just was like,
you were 12?
Dad, stop saying that. But now it's really hilarious because he was saying that to middle school kids.
What was his job?
My dad was, he was in Vietnam. I think he was part of, some sort of CIA black ops doing napalm and Agent Orange. He definitely sprayed Agent Orange, but I don't know.
Was he a pilot?
He was a helicopter mechanic, he said.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So and he came back all right?
Well, I'm not really sure how he was before that because I was a boy.
Yeah,
he came back and then made me with his own personal semen.
Sure, good.
Out of his own
old
stuff.
style, old school,
family style.
But you didn't get a sense that it haunted him somehow or anything like that.
He never talked to me about it until about 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. And he said, as I was actually watching Apocalypse Now, and I had it freeze framed on my wall because I have a projector on my wall that I like to watch movies on.
Yeah.
And he drove cross country from Ohio in
to see the movie? Disgusting
yellow Corvette, and I said, Dad, stop flaunting my wealth with such an ugly car colored like a chiclet. And I was kind of pissed at just the color of the car, but I didn't. He said he was coming to visit me.
You bought it for him? You just gave him?
He bought it on his own without telling me, essentially. So yes, I bought it for him.
Yeah,
but I don't regret that. I just regret the color of it.
Was it an old one?
No, it was
brand new, yellow,
it was horribly new. It would be something that you would want to fight the person that drove it. So I made him put a car cover over it in front of my house because I didn't want anyone trying to fight me because of his car. But
so you're watching Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, I had it freeze framed, and he said it was the most accurate portrayal of Vietnam. And my entire life, he had always said he had never drank or done drugs ever.
Yeah.
And that day, and this is about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And he just started telling me things he had never said, and he wasn't saying it in the sarcastic apple and tree falling far from each other type of way. Because I always divert to sarcasm when I'm in a situation where it's too emotional.
Right.
I'll say something funny.
Right.
Or what I think is funny.
Yeah.
Or inappropriate. But he started saying to me that it was his job to basically kill women and children. And he got good at it, and he was supposed to because it was his job, and it was really tough to come home from that, and not in a PTSD way, in a way that, how do you replace that part of you? And I was trying to relate to it in some way, and I really couldn't. And then he said to me, it's probably just the same as you when you come off stage, son. And that was really a weird comparison, but I guess that was the way he looked at it, and that was a strange thing to say to me.
Well, maybe he was talking about that zone you enter with all that cortisol and dopamine.
Well, it's your job, and you're supposed to do what you do. And, of course, the difference between me on stage and off is on stage I'm speaking to people I've never met.
Yeah.
Off stage, I'm talking to people that I just met now with you, or people that I know.
And you're performing for hundreds of
and you're seducing people as a rock star, but no way I don't think that conpares to what he did, but in some way he related the two.
Yeah.
It was unusual. Words of advice.
Do you find that, like, that his... so you weren't brought up with religion?
I grew up in Christian school, but my parents were not actually religious.
What'd your mom do?
Well, let me start with my father. Before he went to Vietnam, was studying to be a Jesuit priest. Catholic. So they were Catholic.
Yeah.
My mother was Episcopalian, and she was a hillbilly from the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
So that's a Sioux Indian part of me. So I got half, rain dance of me.
You think so?
Yeah. I make it rain, make it stop raining. I've made it rain before.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like in a strip bar way.
You mean like...
No, I believe in, Indian magic.
Okay.
But my father was always really secretive about his past. But, I mean, his side of the family was Polish.
Yeah.
Came from, immigrants. So
you don't have to hide that.
No. He didn't hide it. It was just, but he was the Catholic part. So they sent me to Christian school so I would get a good education.
Not Catholic school, Christian school.
Right, because my dad got you had the rule that's like, nuns with the rule. But my grandmother, his mother, used to make me kneel on a broomstick if I ever cursed in her house. Have you ever knelt on a broomstick?
Oh, with your knees on it?
Yeah. Oh. That fucking hurts. That's worse than the rice under the knees.
Where do you even learn that?
Catholic school, I guess.
Huh.
But no, it's really painful.
Yeah.
It gives you bad knees.
Yeah.
Because I cursed a lot.
Yeah. So it really fucked you up.
So I was not Catholic growing up. I went to a Christian school. It was non-denominational, and it was weird.
So was it based on just that vague kind of starry-eyed Jesus? Like Catholic, you get a lot of other things going on. You got outfits.
Yeah, you got costumes, which
thousands of years of history,
which relates to my new video, which I was going to try to show you. I was showing you.
You showed me stills of it.
Nuns with guns, but I think that I didn't even come up with the idea as much as a guy that Bill, who traveled with me. Bill Yukich. He traveled with me during the era of Antichrist Superstar. He was on tour with me, and he had to be in the thick of it. So it was almost like being in warfare because we had so many death threats. And I can't not anticipate trouble from this, but I just thought it was a time, rather than talk about politics, just to divert the attention to talking about things that are more interesting or pointing things in a different direction. Because,
but don't you like doing that? I mean, aren't you hoping that'll...
I love when there's a shitty president because it makes me seem like the smartest person in America when I go to Europe.
Yeah,
it's very easy.
Yeah, but don't you like provoking? I mean, especially now, the like this weird now this attempt to meld the Christian right with the nationalistic right. There's plenty of crossover, but now there's more of a concerted effort to make it really happen. Like that's a good block to piss off for you, right?
It seems not unlike when I put out Antichrist Superstar, because I was making fun of the Christian right and the fascist element of America, who was so busy when I was growing up in school condemning. I really feel, and this is not condoning any sort of ism. Yeah, I just feel like they always focused on one or the other. It's like you got communism, you got Nazism, but what about Americanism?
Right.
Whatever happened to that?
Yeah.
Like, if anyone's National Socialist, it would be America for the most part. So I tried to make that into a statement that was partly religious, pointed, partly political, and partly rock star. And that's where I started. And I knew I was called a shock rocker, so I put a lightning bolt like Bowie did, but I actually trademarked the lightning bolt that you get on the back of your toaster or whatever it might be. Yeah. No one ever thought to do that, and I did.
You trademarked it?
Yes, sir, I did.
So let me ask you this, because I was I was poking around doing research, and Antichrist Superstar and Revelation 12. Do you know that's supposed to happen this month?
Well, yes, I do.
You do?
But that would be Revelations 12.
Revelations 12, yeah.
But I did a small nod to the Beatles with Revolution number 9.
On the new record?
Revelation.
Number 12.
12.
Right.
Yeah, so I didn't put the S on it.
Right.
And also I wanted to reclaim the pound sign on the phone. It's not being a hashtag.
Yeah.
Because I was sick of people calling it a hashtag.
Well, now it's a Twitter.
Pound. It will always be a pound sign on your phone.
Yeah.
You'll never have a phone where it's not a pound sign.
Right.
Except in some strange future. But yes, I did know that. But people say, oh, the world's coming to an end. But they said that in 1984, that's when I started to be disenfranchised entirely with religion in Christian school.
How old were you?
I don't want to do the math there, but I'm going to guess it's like... I was born in 1969, the best year to be born in.
Yeah, so right, 15.
Okay, so I was 15.
Yeah.
I have that number tattooed behind my ear because that seems to be like...
84 or 15?
No, 15.
You do?
That's the year I lost my virginity.
Yeah.
And I got crabs.
From the first time?
Yeah, because you would think, who has crabs at age 15? And of course it's the girl I lose my virginity to, because my father scared me into it, said, if you don't lose your virginity by the time you're 18, I'm going to buy you a prostitute. So therefore I have a fear of prostitutes and of girls with pubic hair now.
Yeah.
So,
but you didn't have to go to a prostitute.
No, I unfortunately found a cheerleader from
with crabs.
Louisville.
Yeah. Louisville?
It's Canton, Ohio adjacent.
Yes.
Louisville.
Is it Louisville or Louisville? Louisville.
In Canton, it's Louisville.
Okay.
Because I have 3 different brands of redneck. I grew up in Ohio. Yeah. Then I moved to Florida, which is like the bottom dick end of insect world.
Oh yeah, man.
Redneck.
I can see where it all comes. How that informed you.
Then I did
the Florida experience.
Then I did thrive up the dick of Florida.
Yeah.
And somehow ended up in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Which is a place that's, I wouldn't even say, I can't use the barometer of good and evil.
Yeah.
It's a sinister place.
It's got its own vibe, that's for sure.
It's sinister. I'll tell you that. I don't know about good and evil, but it's a place I wouldn't, I often say this as a joke about myself.
Yeah.
It's a great place to visit. I'm a great place to visit, but you want to live here.
Yeah, I've heard that about myself as well.
But New Orleans, I lived there, and it has darkness that is stuck with me. And
deep and old darkness.
Something that goes back to Robert Johnson days. It's old school blues days.
I felt that there the last time I was there. You definitely feel like, first you feel like, well, this is a unique place. There's no place like New Orleans. And then you feel like something's up here.
When it comes to evil shit, I think that people can accept my opinion in saying that there's something very unexplainably sinister in New Orleans.
Sinister, dark, mysterious, but
unexplainable.
Unexplainable,
That's
but
a better word.
Evil. I mean, evil with that word used in a non-romantic way. Like, I don't think you're evil, right?
I like you said romantic. That's true, because I consider myself a romantic person.
Yeah, but you know what evil is.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I know what good is. Yeah. I mean, in the natural moral barometer.
What when you drop bombs, when you kill, when you
ethics and morals.
Yeah, sure.
Continue.
But I'm just saying that, when I think about darkness, or I think about mystery, or I think about some witchy shit, it's not necessarily evil. It's just sort of like, what's going on, right?
Fair enough, yeah. But I mean, this was, I tend to swerve on the witchy side.
Yeah, I feel
on
that.
The Altamont side versus the Woodstock side of 69. On the Manson side versus the other side.
I know. I spent some time there.
But I consider myself to have I consider myself to be someone with a moral compass where if I love somebody, I love something, I have a very limited family now that my parents are both gone.
Yeah.
And it's not something I'm going to, complain about. That's part of life. It's a circle of life. It's a snake eating its own tail type of thing.
Ouroboros.
Correct, sir. Yes. And I feel like my father would want me to, put good energy into moving forward. Now, what I do might not be considered good by everyone else, but as far as good and evil, I do believe that you should care about the people you love and protect them with everything you can.
Yeah.
And not try to hurt other people unless you have to do it for a reason that is to protect what you love.
Your dick. Unless they're biting your dick.
But I didn't hurt that person a bit.
She didn't get through the dick. She didn't get through the dick. So, like, when you started doing this shtick...
You was looking at me, shtick. Yeah. I heard you say it to Alice Cooper, too.
You listen to that one?
Yeah, I love Alice, man. He's so cool to me because at first I thought he hated me, because of being Christian and sober and things, and me representing a lot of things that weren't that. And also...
In real life?
Yeah. Well, what other life is there?
No, I mean, like...
Well,
it would be hard for him to... You don't separate, which is...
I don't separate.
Which is probably why he had a problem. Or you thought he had a problem.
Well, I thought he had a problem. Yeah. And, but when I got to meet him, he was such a... We had so much fun on tour together. We did a song together. It's going to be on the next Hollywood Vampires record. It's called Alice versus the Bottle, and I play the bottle.
That's proactive.
Yeah, it's like almost like yogurt.
How so?
It's proactive.
Okay.
I'm a culture.
Probiotic.
I'm a culture.
Yeah. No, but
proactive would actually be an acne medicine.
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, it's nice. You guys are playing the yin and the yang of who you are, and
you were saying shtick.
Oh, shtick. So, I think that Alice, if we're talking about Alice, who obviously had inspired you somehow at some point.
Great influence, huge influence, of course. But
he differentiates. I mean, there's the guy on stage, and then there's the guy playing golf. Really.
Well, when I was a kid, it wasn't that way, and it was never that way with Bowie or anyone that I grew up listening to, even Kiss, which I think, without saying something bad about anything with Kiss, I was really disappointed one day because my father took me to my first concert, which was Dynasty tour of Kiss, which a lot of people frown upon.
Was it later? It's a later one?
Well, it was I Was Made for Loving You.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
My father was dressed like Gene Simmons, and people were asking him for his autograph.
Oh, really?
So it was exciting.
So your dad was a character?
Yeah, he was a total character. I mean, he was...
You guys, you got along. You looked up to the guy. Wasn't a problem.
He looked a lot like me.
Yeah.
That's how I used to talk.
But he sounds like he knew how to have a good time, bust balls, get dressed up.
Yeah. And so when I met Gene Simmons later, he was... it was not, I wouldn't say a letdown. It was just a little different than when, I got to meet Bowie or I got to meet Alice Cooper. Those are great events in my life. And I'm not going to say Gene Simmons was a letdown, but I'm just going to say that Bowie...
You were surprised that he was an obnoxious, loud Jewish man?
No, I just meant that he was wearing a denim Looney Tunes shirt. That's all. I'm just saying that was really supporting.
That's what did it?
And he had black cotton candy for hair. It was just weird.
And he didn't have his makeup on?
No, the makeup didn't matter.
Yeah.
That didn't matter. With me, like, I'm not wearing lipstick right now. People have always ask me, what do you look like without your makeup? I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you look like without your mustache?
Yeah. I hear you.
I got eyeliner on because I slept in it last night.
And you don't have eyebrows?
No, I shave my eyebrows.
Right.
For fun.
No, I know.
It looks more interesting.
No, definitely. It has an impact.
No, I just don't like eyebrows. I mean, I have really beautiful eyebrows when they're...
but for me, like, looking at you, I'm like, well, look, he doesn't have...
I can't...
He's got a little eyeliner on, no lipstick, and his eyebrows are gone.
I can't be lowbrow or highbrow. It's no brow.
It's no brow. You transcend beyond good and evil. So...
I'm not Nietzsche.
You're not, no. I think he's just a thinker, that's all. He's a thinker.
Some guy that wrote things down.
A little man. He's just a little man
wrote
things down in a fury at times. Yeah. But so did you find Gene dismissive? What was it like meeting Bowie? Because that was I can't even imagine it. What year? When was that?
It was on the last tour that he did before he. Well, it was the last tour that I saw him that he did before he died. I didn't really get to meet him before that, and it was backstage in Santa Barbara, and he was somehow Laura Flynn Boyle, who's now become. Yeah. A really scary person if you ever look her up because as you could see, I love Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
But Laura Flynn Boyle was somehow trying to squeeze her way into the shot, and it was the first time meeting Bowie.
It's
and
very weird backstage at these big rock shows in this
but,
area.
But for
in
me,
LA,
I just remember he grabbed my tie and he said, Hedy Slimane. And
what did he say, what?
No, he grabbed my tie and said, oh, Hedy Slimane, because he knew the design of the tie.
Oh.
And I was all excited, and I felt like I was going to pee in my pants like a little girl. And then Laura Flynn Boyle came in and ruined it. Started yelling about cocaine and fucking toilets and I don't know what else.
What was that? What do you mean? Was she in just a weird fit of some kind?
I have no idea. Just Google
was she acting crazy?
Google her face. Just Google her face.
I'll do it later.
No, but when you Google it, it'll answer your question.
It'll all make
Google
sense.
it right now. Have you ever met that woman that got the tiger surgery, turned tiger face?
I feel like I know where you're going. I'm going to need
It's scary. Yeah, but I felt like she was on the brink of becoming scary.
Yeah.
And when I met her, she was really overwhelming. And it was fucking with my Bowie moment. I was like having my Bowie moment. She fucked with it.
Okay, I see.
I wanted her to be a boil, and I wanted to pop it, lance it.
And that was all you got? Just a tie moment?
Yeah, just that moment. And I said, Bowie, I didn't say Bowie. I just said, hey, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
And I said,
what's she doing here?
No, that would have been a good question. And I said, so when you decided to stop doing drugs and things like that, how'd that work for you? How did you work that out? He said, I just got bored of it. I thought that was interesting because I had just broken out of rehab Promises. I think Sherilyn Finn not Sherilyn Finn, Laura Flynn Boyle.
Yeah.
It's so many Lyns.
Yeah.
3 named people are dangerous.
It's tricky.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
John Wayne Gacy, Mark David Chapman, Henry
Lou
Lee
Diamond
Lucas.
Phillips.
Terrifying.
Edward James Olmos. You want to go 4 namers? J.R.R. Tolkien. I don't even know why he's got 4. What's the
I don't know what the R's are. I don't know what the J's for.
J.J. Abrams.
That's
Who
right.
knows?
JJ.
We could go on forever with this. You want to play this game?
No, I don't think so.
It's a terrible game.
So have you gotten bored with drugs and booze?
I found a different balance with it. I didn't get bored with it. I just found out very simply, don't drink and do drugs when you're by yourself or you're unhappy.
Yeah.
Because I never knew the difference between a party and a problem.
Oh, that sounds like a slogan.
Sounds like a song, it's too obvious, I think.
Did you just come up with that, or did you see that on a car coming over here?
No, I didn't see it on a car coming over here. It's the advice I give to youngsters when I go do youth
Give
care.
it to me again. Give it to
I
me
go
again.
youth care. I don't know the difference between a party and a problem. Because when people say let's party, I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Because then it's like it doesn't seem fun. It just seems like we're all getting shit hammered, and then there's gonna be a bunch of gay dudes naked in my pool, and then suddenly
TMZ is here, and there's
no, it's pre-TMZ.
That was a specific event that's
This is 1998. Thinking, no, there's gonna be naked dudes in my pool, and then what's the girl that was in Bong Water?
Ann Magnuson.
Ann Magnuson's suddenly taking off her bikini in my bedroom naked.
Yeah.
And mad at me because I don't have sex to her. Then writes a song about it for Bong Water. Look it up. Google
which song?
Well, I don't know. Marilyn Manson didn't fuck me, I think it's called. No, I honestly think it's called Marilyn Manson Did Not Fuck Me. I'm not sure, but she did write a song about me not fucking her.
I like Bong Water.
I liked Ann Magnuson because I interviewed her when I was 19 years old in New York City.
For what?
When I was a journalist. For the fucking fun of it.
Yeah, just
because I
she
could.
Was around,
I would just lie because I thought she was hot.
She was hot, and there was,
and she was hot when she took her clothes off in my bedroom.
So what went wrong?
I was scared because there was naked guys doing weird chicken fights in my pool.
So you're concerned about your property? Concerned?
Well, I didn't think that I would come into contact. I'm still, in a sense, the same kid that I was. When I meet people, I'm still in awe of them. I don't get jaded. I don't think I'm better than someone else.
I like that second Bong Water record.
I don't remember listening to the second one, because I don't have a record player or a CD player. But
it's way back in the day. So you're the same kid. You got shy. You got
no.
Scared,
I'm still shy. No, I still am.
And you didn't fuck her, and she stood there naked. And
she didn't stand there naked so much. I'm just saying that she was. I think that she was putting provocative moves towards me. Let's say, and she wrote a song about it. which I didn't listen to yet, but she told me later when she saw me, and I think that she was kind of mad at me, but it was not because of anything other than fear of being in front of someone that you met when you were 19 and being scared that, wow, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. How did I manage to work my way into this situation where I can have
sex with Ann Magnuson, who I thought was hot when I was 19. I was just a nerdy journalist kid. And why are those guys outside?
Naked playing chicken fights. I have pictures of the naked chicken fights, too.
On your phone or just at home?
No, this is old school cameras, the clicking kind that go... And
so walk me through the life then. So you grew up in Ohio and Florida. What was the thing that ruined you? Was it Florida?
Well,
I mean, you were heading towards journalism, and then something went horribly different.
No, I was in Ohio. I just
great
stomach. That sounds
terrible. That's great.
I haven't eaten because you starved me to death.
I did not starve anybody.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I have some potatoes.
There's people starving in my stomach.
What about the fitting? They didn't give you a nice layout of shit?
No, they made me shit to do the fitting. The shitting. It's called the shitting. Okay, now, so in Ohio, I was just getting ready to, I was really upset. I've only gotten one real fight in my life. I've gotten my ass kicked a couple times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a fight when you just get your ass kicked.
Right.
I got my ass kicked by Nazi skinheads and straight edge skinheads. Because the Nazi skinheads thought that I was Jewish, and the straight edge skinheads thought that I was on drugs. Yeah. And I neither.
True. Right.
At the time.
Right. Now you are Jewish and on
later
drugs.
I became Jewish on drugs at a bar mitzvah just recently. No, but they beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
However, the only fight I ever got in was in creative writing class in Heritage Christian School in Canton, Ohio in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And some kid criticized my poem, and I brained him right in the nose.
Yeah.
And gave him a bloody nose. He didn't get back up. But I stood up for my poetry.
There you go.
That sounds a bit...
You've done it before.
Sounds a bit... a little bit light in the loafers, so to speak.
No, you're an artist.
But I put my hand into it, broke his nose. So you can, what I'm saying is don't meddle with poets.
Yeah.
People that are florists.
Yeah.
Or, guys that wear shorts or they're cut off so small that you can see the pockets hanging out.
Yeah.
Because you will get punched.
That's right.
You come with that. If you have the bravery to do those things, then you pack a wallop.
So that was the first.
So that was in Florida. Then in Ohio, and I got kicked out of Christian school.
For what?
I'll make it brief. I put a dildo in the Bible teacher's desk that I found in my father's basement. My grandfather, was apparently a cross-dressing dildo handler.
Yeah.
I wrote about it in my book.
You come from it. It's great.
There's an explanation for my behavior. But I just thought that this bitch, Mrs. Price, to name her by name, Mrs. Price, if you're listening, you're a bitch. So she was really bitchy because she would say this. It was almost like telling a racist joke. She would say, "Now, is there anyone Catholic or Jewish in the room during Bible class, which was every day?"
Right.
I had to memorize Galatians, Ecclesiastes. I know them all, don't worry. Revelations, that's why you asked. I know it. She'd start the day by saying that, and then if no one said no, then she would start shit-talking all the other religions. So I just found that I didn't want to be at Christian school anymore.
Yeah.
Not realizing that when I got kicked out of Christian school by putting a dildo that I found at my grandfather's house, covered in greasy, unknown circumstances that I don't even want to think about, but now I can think about it, and it's kind of good that I wore gloves.
You wore gloves to carry
not to keep fingerprints off, but
your grandpa's dildo because it was slimy.
It was somewhere inappropriate.
Sure.
I put it in her desk. I got kicked out, and I went to Christian school. I left Christian school, and I went to public school.
Yeah.
Same bus stop.
Yeah.
Ass whooping.
Oh, yeah.
So cyberbullying can suck a dick because I got my ass kicked the old-fashioned way at the bus stop.
Yeah. For being
if you don't want to get cyberbullied, you close your computer off. I got my ass beat old-fashioned style at the bus stop.
By
Bam, bam, bam.
By Christian.
No, people that were like, he thinks he's cool, better than us, but my parents were not religious. So then I went to public school.
Yeah.
Got my ass beat a lot. I learned to play it. I was in the band.
Playing what?
Well, this is where it goes south on me.
Yeah.
The triangle.
No.
No,
Really?
I took drum lessons.
Yeah.
I found my W Haskell Hart paradiddle.
Yeah.
So drums, by nature, rhythm is something that's a big part of me. But
well, you play most
drums.
Of your music's got good swing, got good, pop to it. It's not like crazy metal drumming. It's rock. It's good.
It doesn't confuse strippers. It doesn't confuse strippers.
Yeah.
I told Dave Lombardo.
Yeah.
I told Josh Homme.
Yeah.
Don't make beats that confuse strippers. It's not fair. It's not nice, and I don't like it. I was gonna keep tapping that foot, working that pole, tapping that foot, working that pole.
Yeah.
So I went to but that's really what I got stuck with. I knew how to play snare drum, but I didn't want to be in marching band, so I got stuck playing the triangle. Now, if you want to pick an instrument to get your ass beat with, it's a triangle.
So you're telling me you got your ass beat again?
Yeah, double ass
by
beat.
The band guys or just by other guys?
The band girl guys frowned upon me.
For the triangle playing?
Yes, that's where I became involved with some weird burnouts. And I started selling my mother's diet pills, as they call them.
Good kind?
As speed to the burnouts.
So you're trying to get in? Like I was
wearing a denim jacket, going to Judas Priest concerts, Iron Maiden concerts.
You were going?
I went.
Yeah.
Screaming for Vengeance, Peace of Mind. I was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Old school.
And that was your shit?
That was my shit.
Oh, good.
And then, so I had to sell speed to become cool, but it was my mother's diet pills.
Wasn't even real speed.
It was my mom's piss pills, whatever. But they bought it anyways. So I became cool guy enough to survive through high school.
Yeah.
And as soon as I became cool, we had to move to Florida. We moved to Florida.
Tough break.
And then I started reading Stephen King.
Yeah.
The It.
Yeah.
I'm calling it The It because it's the shit.
Yeah.
I love the book.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a fiction writer.
Got it.
So then somehow I decided I'm going to go to community college.
In Florida.
Broward Community College,
nice.
BCC.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Represent.
And still not have done drugs, still not being a drunkard, still not having a band. Nothing. Just like, I don't know what I want to do yet. So I took 2 classes that I was excelled in, that I was excited about.
Yeah.
Journalism and theater. Because I had a great fear of speaking in public.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not afraid to say this, I started open mic poetry night.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Open mic poetry night.
And did you...
In Florida.
You have 3 names, I just realized.
Everyone has 3 names, but you don't use them all.
You don't use any of them.
Right.
Do people call you Brian?
Some people do. I don't really care what people call me. It's just really a word. I mean, usually, I haven't called you...
name?
I have not called you by your name, but we do have the same initials.
No, right, Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
Well, yeah, technically.
Right. So the poetry night, that was being run by Brian Warner.
I started that as Brian Warner, and someone said, "Oh, you should start a band."
Yeah.
And I was just doing what became the songs on my first record.
So you were doing sort of slam style, loud poetry. You weren't reading passively.
I made poetry night up, and it seems sort of a odd thing to say. It seems kind of a bit sissy thing to say, but it was cool at the time because no one else did it. There was no one else doing it. It was just me. I would just go on stage and I would read poems. No one else did.
Oh, you didn't host it or anything?
No. It was just me.
Where'd you do it at?
At a place called Squeeze nightclub, which has since burned to the ground. Ah. Yeah. Suddenly then...
Were you in a costume then?
No.
Just you?
No, I had started to dye my hair black at that point because my mother thought... my mother's favorites were Alice Cooper and Elvis Presley. Not in that order. Alice first.
Oh, she liked Alice?
Yes.
She's got some good songs.
Yeah, 18.
18? And you know what?
Ballad of Dwight Fry.
How about I'll Never Cry, dude?
I'll Never Cry.
Come on.
I heard you talking about that. And Only Women Bleed, which is an inexplicable song because I remember seeing that on Solid Gold.
Yeah.
And it segues suddenly into the chorus. It has, with no explanations.
Only women bleed.
No, but it just goes out from he stays out all night.
Yeah.
Doesn't go home. Hits you sometimes once in a while.
Yeah.
Only women bleed.
And
it just goes right into it. It's no segue, no tampon commercial. But it would have been a great tampon commercial. It really would have been. I said it to Alice before.
And what did he say?
He said it was once.
He did?
Yeah, I guess it was once. Well, he said it was.
All right, so now you're dyeing your hair black. Your mom likes Elvis Presley and Alice Cooper. You're doing these poems, and someone says you should be in a band, and you're like, I only play triangle.
I didn't say that, but yes. No, I think the first two things I stole from the Canton library before I moved to Florida were the Doors' Greatest Hits cassette and Aerosmith's Greatest Hits cassette.
5-1, baby.
1 in 5.
1 in 5.
Yeah. So that's what I kind of learned to sing too.
That makes sense, man. That Live Doors record is a fucking great record.
Yeah.
And did you say the first Aerosmith record?
Well, no, the Greatest Hits one, which and I know.
Oh, but at that time it was only those first 4 or 5 records, right? It was the first Greatest.
It was the red one with the white cover with which had Come Together, which was in the Sgt. Pepper movie.
Yeah.
Which
Mama Kin?
No, but you know when I get to meet Joe Perry because I know where he fucking lives.
Yeah.
Referring to my single.
Yeah.
Because I played him that song about 7 months ago.
Yeah.
It's like, man, Joe Perry's the sweetest guy. And I think it was 7 months ago. Was that when the Super Bowl was?
I don't know.
I don't either because I don't follow sports that much.
Yeah.
But Joe was really in a weird place, and I just played him that song, and he lives in a place where I know where he fucking lives. And I played him my song.
Does he live by you?
Sort of.
Yeah.
We know where you fucking live.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I played him the song, and he was excited, and I go, hey, Joe, you going with that gun in your hand? I know where you fucking live.
Yeah.
I said, Joe, you just became the coolest motherfucker in Aerosmith. You know why? Because of the Super Bowl commercial with Skittles last night. And he had like a childish grin on his face. He was so happy.
Oh.
He's the most amazing. I got to jam with Joe Perry, Johnny Depp, and Josh Homme. We were writing a song together, and Joe Perry was following me. It was the most weirdest thing because the word jam doesn't even fall into my vocabulary normally. But
Why?
I don't know, because I just never.
You don't jam?
Well, not really. The dynamic between me and Tyler Bates on my new record and the last record, well, he'll sit like this distance, the same distance as us. I have his guitar plugged in. I have this on headphones. Yeah. Just like this. If you plugged your guitar in, it'll be the same thing.
Right.
So on the new record and on the last record, you'll hear the guitar bleed.
From your earphones.
Not only women bleed, but
your earphones bleed guitar.
My microphone bleeds too. Yeah. And weeps. My guitar gently weeps.
Well, the new record, I listened to most of it. It sounds like there's some pretty tight songs on there. Some Satan stuff. There's some murder stuff. You know,
there's some Satan stuff, some murder stuff. Thanks for diminishing it.
Come on. I like the Satan song. Satan.
Well, no, I know. You say God.
Satan.
Yeah. Well,
I like it.
I like it too.
I'm not diminishing it. I mean,
know.
It's what you do.
No, but you said there's some Satan stuff and some murder stuff.
But you know, people. But the mix is a little different.
I get it.
It seems a little more grown up.
That's weird that you say that because everyone said that about Pale Emperor. Sounded more Doorsy, Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
It was more rock and roll. Yeah. The last record.
Yeah.
His record was the follow up to that, where Tyler.
There he goes again.
Bates and I said to each other. We sat next to each other and we said, why don't let's do something. Let's just start a song that reminds us of the shit that we listened to when we were growing up. Like a combination between like Killing Joke.
Yeah.
No, he actually said to me, do you like Killing Joke? And I said, are you fucking kidding me? I saw them live open for Ministry. Yes, of course I do.
Yeah.
Killing Joke, Joy Division, Iggy.
Yeah.
Stones. You know, so we did Bauhaus. Of course, Bowie, Alice Cooper. So we just.
You summoned.
I just said that.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to, because he scores films for a living. I'd written all the lyrics for this record out.
Yeah. Is that a first?
Well, strangely, in one notebook, yes.
Yeah.
Normally, I would have like 10 notebooks all scattered and chaotic.
Right. And
I'd be trying to wrangle things in, which is a more difficult way of doing things. It's almost like watching the movie Sympathy for the Devil.
Yeah.
They're trying to write one song, and it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But this came very naturally.
That's good.
We would just sit next to each other, and we would just put up a beat, a tempo, and she was like...
Just the two of you?
Yeah, just the two of us. And then we would later go back, and then we would make it live, and we'd record it. But for the most part, just the two of us, and then Gil Sharon, who also played drums in Dillinger's Escape Project or Plan or whatever the name of the band is. But it's not very Marilyn Manson style, but the main point was that we wanted to do something that was completely opposite of what the last record was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it wasn't trying to harken back to what I used to do.
Right.
It was just going back to what inspired me in the first place.
That's nice.
Which was going to clubs in Miami and doing what they called slam dancing at the time.
Sure. Yeah.
To Ministry and Killing Joke.
Yeah.
And I think I might even like slam dance to the Pixies, even though it wasn't appropriate at the time.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it was either slam dance or stand still.
Yeah, but back then it was slam dancing, no, not moshing. Or
no mosh pit. Yeah, it was
just
sort of like this, like. Yeah,
it's when you would get hurt.
Yeah,
chances are you
just like dudes would just run in.
Yeah, it's how I broke my jaw actually. So
is that true?
No.
No.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I mean, it
broke your jaw slam dancing. Ugh.
Somewhere along the line.
Now, how'd the last record sell?
I couldn't say for sure.
Do all right, though?
I know that it did all right enough for them to give me a better deal this time.
Oh, that's good. And when you go out, how big are the places you're doing? Pretty big?
Well, we just did a bunch of festivals in Europe that we headlined, and we're doing shows in USA that are what I want to feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try to do different size venues, but I really prefer a certain size stage. So when we did festivals, I made them make our stage the size of a club.
Right.
And they didn't understand it at first.
Yeah.
The crew and the bands and other stuff, because their stages were bigger.
So you make the stage like a rock club.
I made it the same as a rock club because it's I want to be able to touch the people next to me, and my drummer's right up front.
Yeah,
which no one usually does. So he's right in the front where the guitar player would be.
That's good.
And it's but at the same time, we're doing a lot of big shows. We're going to do we're doing some show in San Bernardino with I think with Rob Zombie sometime soon. I'm not really sure when, but we're doing the LA Forum on our own later.
That's great. So, you created this whole aesthetic that seemed to be supported by a lot of other creative people in the videos and the photos and your own sensibility and your own imaging and everything else. You really took whatever it is that you are doing to this level where it had a profound impact on the entire culture. And you really seemed to piss off the Christians pretty well. And when you, which is fine with me.
Well, I guess they had it coming.
Yeah. Well, they're built to take it. So
they kind of asked for it.
But I guess I have a couple of questions in that when they first, I think the first question is, when it comes to ritual and when it comes to beliefs and all that stuff, can you explain Aleister Crowley to me? Because I've read his fucking books, and what do I got to do to make that make sense to me?
It's just another person's opinion. I mean,
but it's all written in poetry. It's very difficult to get through.
Well, I wouldn't take anyone's written word even my own, as lyrics, as something that's supposed to be. You read it and it equals something. You make it what you want.
Yeah.
Just with anything, I learned that from the Bible. I think a belief in something is the key.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Good or bad. But, you always have to remember that you can put out good energy, you can put out bad, but I think that someone writes a book, it doesn't make them any different from either of us.
Oh, no, I get that. I
don't think that. I'm saying that, yes, Aleister Crowley had a big impact. He was involved with a lot of people, and obviously I've read his shit, so I know it.
All of it?
Not all of it.
Yeah.
See, my stomach just went now.
That's Alistair.
No.
Alistair, it's going to come out.
No, but it's not that it's not any disrespect to the way it's written. It's just that you understand that some people, a philosophy, just in general, philosophy is just one person's opinion.
Sure.
Nietzsche, Camus, Descartes.
Yeah.
Descartes.
Yeah.
I used to like to make fun of his name. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever person you want to pick.
Yeah.
It's all just an opinion.
Yeah.
Freud, Jung. You know, when you go to philosophy, I'm more of a Jungian person than a Freudian, because I like alchemy because it's where it started.
Yeah.
It's basic. It's turning lead into gold. You take shit, you make it into something great.
Yeah.
The basic concept of it. Forget all the mystical part of it. You just take something from nothing.
Yeah.
You make it something great.
Now, in terms of when they hung all that shit on you and you had to fight for your life and your art.
You mean Columbine?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was. Go ahead.
Yeah. When in terms of taking on that machine, which you did, courageously at the time.
I'll footnote that and say not exactly, but continue.
Not exactly.
No, I'll tell you the rest of it.
Do you feel that you were able to recover from that?
When it happened, my entire career was shut down. I had this really dope show.
Yeah.
Giant success.
Yeah.
Which is strange. And ironically, the guy that edited that video, Bill Yukich, we jointly watched with the guy who did my album cover, Peru, this photographer.
Yeah.
We watched Columbine happen in Chicago. We were watching it live on TV, and they were saying
the coverage.
We were just watching it live on TV.
Yeah.
May or may not have been high on cocaine. I won't convict them of any of my crimes.
Yeah.
But we were watching it, and I said, man, this is going to fuck me over, because I know that they're going to blame it on me. And they said 7 kids dressed in Marilyn Manson costumes, and it just kept changing. The story kept changing as it went along. But so I sucked it up, but it was strange when the Las Vegas casinos were canceling my shows. So every show was canceled, and the record label did not back me up.
Huh.
So everything got ripped out from under me. So I sat in my house and I wrote a story called Hollywood, and I had a movie deal that was going to make what would be essentially, I guess, my version of The Wall. They wanted me to make.
Yeah.
And it happened to inconveniently be about guns and kids.
Yeah.
So that got just pulled out from under me. And so I turned that into a record, into a book. And someone asked me the other day about if I was going to make that book come true, and I got re-inspired because the book actually sounds more relevant now than it did when I wrote it.
Yeah. So you could still put out the book?
No, I'm going to, but it actually sounds. It would have sounded more dated when I wrote it than it would now, because it sounds like what, don't call me, Nostradamus. But
right.
It sounds more like now than it did when I wrote it.
Oh, okay.
15 years ago.
Right.
So that happened. So the way I come out is shave my head, hold a gun, and just say fuck you, and have a song called Love Song, Death Song, Fight Song, and just came out with guns blazing. If they're going to blame me for violence, this is the one thing that always amused me. People always say that my music causes violence. Why aren't they worried what I'm going to do? Really, seriously.
Like you personally?
Yeah, me personally.
Yeah.
It's like you're blaming me personally for shit that I didn't do. Why aren't you worried about what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Does it seem kind of odd? Like if your neighbor said that there's human feces on the lawn.
Yeah.
And he blames it on your cat.
Yeah.
Why is he blaming it on you?
Right. Well, I mean...
but he's blaming your cat, and he's blaming you as the owner of the cat. But he's not blaming you for pooping on his lawn.
Right, but would you have rathered that? I mean, what if they... Well, I mean, that's...
They might as well have.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that they couldn't put you in prison for expressing yourself. So they destroyed you for expressing yourself collectively.
Sort of, but in a sense, I didn't... I mean, and I'm not saying... I'm not saying that what I've said in lyrics, especially on this new record... is not going to cause problems if people interpret anything that you say to cause problems, because that's... people. Yeah. It's like I could blame the church for causing me to write it.
Yeah.
I could blame you for asking me the question.
Yeah.
You can blame anyone. No one has any responsibility anymore. That's the whole point. From the beginning, the name Marilyn Manson was created to prove the point that they're proving against me. So it just proves it more. But I can't get through them because I'm not trying to change the world because it's pointless. You can't change the world when you can't even change your underwear. That's what I go by now as my mom. Because I have it in several days. No, but that sounded like... See, I always told you I divert to sarcasm.
Yeah.
It's hard to try to get... You can't get through a message to people except in art. That's really all you could say. You're doing this interview with me. We're having our opinions. And I listen to your shit. I listen to it begrudgingly.
Yeah.
But I listen to it.
Yeah. Do
first
research?
First I watched your Netflix.
The new one?
The new one.
The other day? That was pretty funny, right?
I almost liked it a lot.
Oh, good.
I almost liked it a lot. No, I did like it. And I watched it. No, I just,
Yeah.
But I knew who you were,
Yeah.
but no one told me exactly. Oh, I didn't know it was that guy. Well, you just say it was that guy.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
He's great. He's fucking funny. But, but people associate you with characters.
Yeah.
But I don't differentiate myself from a character that is Marilyn Manson. Now, acting is great. Because it's the only time I get to have Halloween.
You've done some acting, yeah.
It's the only time I get to have Halloween.
Where you get to, what, dress up or...
Well, no, I can't do anything on Halloween.
Yeah.
But acting, I get to be someone else.
But what do you mean you don't differentiate? Because you just see it as a fluid extension of you? Whatever you're manifesting at that time? Because, you seem like there's some people, I've talked to Iggy Pop, I talked to Alice Cooper, they're definitely not who they are on stage when they're talking to me.
No one's who they are on stage when they're talking to you because we're not on stage.
That's right.
Because you know why? Because you don't have teenage tits on
right.
you.
I get it.
No, in a way, because when you're on stage, you're performing.
Sure.
You're seducing. You're taking the music that you spend a lot of time writing.
Yeah.
Which is totally different than performing.
Yeah.
A lot of people in my life that I've had relationships with don't understand the difference between writing a song and performing a song.
Mm-hmm.
Performing a song it's a lot different. From doing comedy.
Sure.
It's different than writing.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you mean? A lot of people in your life who you had relationships with didn't understand that?
I just mean it's not the same as when you're performing. You're seducing someone. You're trying to get people to be a part of what you're making. It's almost sort of
it's a giant seduction.
It is. It is ritualistic in some strange way.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. But making this last record, I would invite people into the studio, mostly girls, because when you invite girls in the studio, then you have to sing better or you look bad. So it's kind of like when you're performing, you have to invite girls to make you look better.
Yeah. Did you feel like you got into it for the girls?
There's a mathematics, there's an algebra to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Guys go to concerts when I grew up in Ohio to meet girls. Girls go to concerts to fuck the band, and they can't, so they fuck the guys that go to the concerts. It's math. Now I'm in a conundrum because I'm in the band.
Yeah.
So it becomes complicated.
Uh-huh.
But the main reason rock and roll exists is because it brings people together, but the sexual thing, it
unleashes something.
It always has been. Girls go there because they're caught up and they want to fuck the band, either in the mind or however they want to. Guys want to be the guy in the band, and sometimes it's the reverse. Sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's both, especially when you're someone like me who presents an image that is not too masculine for women and not too feminine for men.
But when you first summoned the character and you were doing these live, large stage shows with all your makeup and your hair, and the songs that you wrote, what was? You thought of yourself as I'm just rock and roll.
I was the first person to ever write an article about Marilyn Manson. As Brian Warner had said, Marilyn Manson's music was amazing. The best music ever made. Mm-hmm. The greatest band since Black Sabbath. By Brian Warner. I had no fucking music. People were like, oh shit, what's this band? So I had to make music to fill in the blank. It was very Dolly.
Yeah.
my hero.
Yeah.
And I had to make up. I started a science project, and oh shit, what am I to do now? So as a kid, then I just still feel trapped in the same pattern of being 23, essentially when my career took off. I don't ever think that I don't ever take things for granted. I don't feel jaded. I'll come here and I'll sit in your sweaty little garage.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah,
you're awesome. But I mean, do you ever feel like you're caught in the same age when you started?
Yeah, when you don't have children, you don't really know. You don't have something checking you.
Yeah.
Do you have children?
I have cats.
Yeah, I have cats too. But
2 cats.
I have 3. But we don't have kids aging before you.
You don't have kids.
I don't.
I don't either.
So I still don't have a clear handle on how old I am all the time. Certainly not emotionally, but physically, you start looking in the mirror and you're like, okay, it's happening.
You look like a hard 34.
That's very sweet of you.
No, honestly.
Yeah, you look like 38.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
I already told you my age, but it's okay.
I didn't. You didn't tell me.
I was born in 1969, unless you're bad at math.
I was born in 63.
See, I'm older than you.
No, you're not. I'm older than you. So you're bad at math.
Okay, that is true. I hate math.
Yeah.
And meth. I never done.
You don't
that.
like meth?
Not really a mathematician.
What are you on
right now?
Days?
I'm on your chair.
Okay. Yeah.
I try to stay in the balance between doing healthy activity,
like for
and
instance,
also being able to drink the minimal amount of alcohol to be able to do that healthy activity. So it's a good balance. I have a good teacher that teaches me how to be strong and she teaches me how to drink within my limits of capacity.
Who's that?
I can't tell you her name.
It's a coach?
No. It's just some
romantic.
Some really. Don't tell her I said this, but some really slutty woman that does Pilates for me, that learns how to teach me how to drink within my limits and do Pilates at the same time. I didn't say that. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, coach.
No more blow?
Were you trying to do blow right now?
No, I'm not.
What is blow? That is so antiquated term.
What do you call it?
It's such an antiquated term. I don't know.
Devil's
dandruff.
I'm a sober. I'm a sober guy. I don't want to do blow.
Oh, you're a sober guy. Okay. I don't know. You could call it what. But blow is. You know what I have? I have Johnny Depp's wig from Blow.
Do you?
And I traded him my tits for Mechanical Animals.
You did?
So that's blow.
Is that true?
That is 100% true.
So like occasionally do a little blow?
Well, if you're trying to interrogate me, are you a cop? Are you wearing a wire? Wait, is anyone recording this?
No, there's no recording.
Where is anyone recording this? Why are you wearing a wire?
You don't have to tell me. I was just curious.
Of course I do drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that doing drugs is supposed to be when you're in a good mood.
No, it's okay. It's not exhausting.
You do drugs when you're in a bad mood, it's bad.
Yeah.
You do drugs when you're in a good mood, it's still bad. But what I said about cocaine in the past is it just makes me less rich. Not poor, but less rich.
Yeah.
So it's like this nose makes money.
Yeah.
And spends money.
I get it.
In the past, that's what I used to say.
Yeah.
But no, I'll do occasional drugs all the time.
You still talk to...
I'll occasionally do drugs all the time.
You still talk to Reznor or no?
I talked to him recently, and I really liked all the things he did on Twin Peaks. It's amazing.
He also scored that Vietnam documentary that Ken Burns just made called The Vietnam War.
I didn't see that. I'm not on bad terms with Trent at all. In fact, I really have a new appreciation and great fondness for the fact that, we had a falling out, and a lot of it was really anger and drug related and just confusion and record labels, mostly record labels fucking with us.
How long ago was that? It's a while ago, right?
Well, when our big falling out came about was mostly, it really had to do with record labels.
Yeah.
And when I watched the Deviant Ones, the thing with Jimmy Iovine.
Defiant Ones?
Defiant Ones?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Deviant Ones. I would have called it the Deviant Ones myself. I know what it's called. I was just fucking with you.
That's good.
Because my nickname that week was Building Face.
But they had you in there.
It was called Building Face.
Yeah.
Because my face was on a building. So it's Building Face.
Got it.
But I talked to him because he's the one who sent me the link to it. And he said...
Trent did.
Yeah, Trent did. And,
yeah.
He said that he really liked the part that included us because... I won't deny in any way whatsoever that he discovered and found what he wanted. And, we had a tussle.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one who found me.
Yeah.
He signed me.
Yeah.
And I think he understood me a lot better than Jimmy, but I think I may have underestimated how much Jimmy understood me because we never really had a conversation because there was a wall that was separated by Trent. So it wasn't necessarily, I was mad at both people.
Yeah.
But mostly it was just a misunderstanding, I think.
About when did they drop you or what happened? I don't know.
No, well...
I don't know the story. I'm sorry. I didn't do
No, it was a fight between Nothing Records, which had Marilyn Manson.
Which was Trent's label.
Yeah, but Trent was not on Nothing.
Right.
It was his label. And it just became down to a point where I just wanted to do what I do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Trent wanted to provide me with, and he always did from the beginning.
Yeah.
But once you turn in something, it doesn't always mean it's what it goes out to the world, except now.
Yeah.
So now with my record label, Loma Vista, which is Tom Wally, who was the person responsible, who used to work at Interscope and then Warner Brothers.
The new record.
The new record, Heaven Upside Down.
Yeah.
Let's plug it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom. He's the guy who put the billboard in Times Square of me with tits on Mechanical Animals.
Yeah.
Well, not tits exactly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was the one who stuck behind that then, and then years later, he came to me about this record.
Yeah.
And he basically gave us this record deal for this album, Heaven Upside Down, without having heard anything but one song, Satan. And we know where you fucking live. Which I was just amazed that a record label would put out a song as a single, We Know Where You Fucking Live, and give me money for a video.
But he put out Pale Emperor too, right?
He was a part of it,
yeah.
But it was Cooking Final, and he wanted to be a bigger part of it.
Oh, I get it.
And I said, can you give us the same money as they gave us? And he said, yes. I said, good. Can you give us double? And he said, okay.
Great.
Done. And he hadn't heard any music. So I'm a pimp.
Well, good, man. Well, I'm happy that you're still working. You seem okay?
Yeah.
Twin Peaks, you liked it, huh?
I did like Twin Peaks. I'm not sure about the ending, though.
I didn't watch it. The new one. I didn't watch the new one.
Spoiler alert. No, I won't. It got really good. A lot of people were wary about it, including myself. And I get to work with Lynch once, if you want to hear the Lynch story. So when I did Lost Highway.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's good. Yeah.
Which is strangely, and I'm not making...
Is that the one with Robert Blake?
Yes.
It's a weird face? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm naked in it. And, and Robert Loggia and Michael Massey.
Oh, yeah.
I was just projected on the wall, and here's David Lynch. He's like, now, Marilyn, listen, you're gonna be covered in blood. You're gonna die. You're gonna fall down. Why? Doesn't matter. Now, listen. Patricia is very sensitive about her breasts. So don't talk to her about her breasts, okay? Like, yeah. So why am I dying? Doesn't matter. So first thing, I'm on set, and I have like this weird gauze thing over my cock and balls. But I'm ass naked in front of the camera. Yeah. And I just look at Patricia Arquette and I say, hey, I liked you on Dream Warriors 4 Dawkins video. Yeah. She goes, how do you know that? He goes, and action. She was really pissed off. It was fucking hilarious. It was one of the funniest things ever.
Was she in that video?
Yeah, she was in the Dawkins Dream Warriors video. Look it up. But that was my David Lynch experience when I first met him, and he's always been, he's a wildcat. He wanted me to be in Mulholland Drive singing, I want you to sing Heidi, Heidi, Ho, Marilyn. Like, I totally want to sing that. Cap Calloway.
Yeah. Heidi, Heidi.
I need it to be done today. Like, I'm on tour. I'm like in Peru or Europe or somewhere other. I need it today. Can you do it over the phone? Can you podcast yourself in a Skype over the phone.
You just needed your voice.
He really talks very loud.
And you did Eastbound and Down?
Yeah, that was just kind of a fun friend thing.
Your buddies with Danny
McBride.
Yeah.
And
he's so fucking funny, man.
He is very much Kenny Powers.
So when's the whole record come out?
October 6th. This video comes out October 15th, or it came out
with the
October
nuns.
15th. Nuns and guns. I think the biggest controversy in this is that nuns are wearing latex. And I know that Catholics are not allowed to use condoms, so I think the big controversy should be stuck there.
Oh, okay.
It's about prophylactics. It's not about guns, shooting mortar launchers into minivans.
Yeah.
It's about nuns using their vaginas to rape an innocent Christian family who's not Catholic. Or about me being in charge of it while shooting